Hello everyone, welcome to our
Trim and Fit Challenge 4.0
8 weeks online manage. Sorry, 8 weeks online weight management program by
by 3BFS.
welcome everyone. Happy
Welcome.
Monday.
Yeah. It's already episode 4, and therefore hence the start of our 4th week. And how is everyone's progress doing so far? You can always drop in the comments if you're seeing this, and let us know how are you progressing. How has your weight changed? How has your body fat changed, or how has your muscle mass changed? And we
Correct.
hope that really by now everyone has really gotten into the good habit of taking your breakfast every morning, and being very like understanding what kind of food you are eating,
Yes.
understanding what kind of nutrients that is going on in your food, and choosing your food actually properly.
Correct.
Together with our 3B solution, which is burn, block, and balance, and taking it in as a part of your everyday dietary plan. So today we want to first jump into our in-body weighing.
Yes.
Okay, we want to jump into our in-body weighing because we want to show really the progress of how we have come along, and especially from last week to this week.
Correct.
So I'll start with myself. My scores, okay, as you can see on the screen soon. See on the screen soon, okay. So for my score this week, I actually gained a little bit of percentage body fats from last week. 0.9%, as you can see there. Okay, my muscle mass dropped by 0.2 kg. My weight went up by 0.5 kg, and my visceral fat as well went up by a little bit. So actually for this past week compared to my 3rd week, I think I did a little bit less of exercise, but I still continued my breakfast every single day.
Okay.
I think it's the part about maybe for a few days, maybe I didn't manage my meals that well. Supper, taking
did you have
supper,
supper?
yeah,
Okay,
taking
okay.
supper late in the night. Sleeping late, I think that is also one of the factors that contributed to increasing our percentage body fats, because we talked about how sleep is actually very important. It's also one of the components whereby you help your body to burn your fats.
Correct.
So it's back to it's difficult if we don't really be very consistent in maintaining our healthy lifestyle. I think it's always going down, going not so well, not so healthy, as we age.
Yeah, easy
And
to going back.
correct.
Beginning of gain.
Yeah, and it's like if we don't really understand about what we are eating and our lifestyle, how is it affecting our health, then we don't have this concept, and it will always be to the path of getting more and more unhealthy.
Yeah.
And therefore it's very important that we go for this in-body 770 weighing, because it really tells us what's the how is our body performing, what's the state of our body, and how we can be very conscious about it and work towards a better a better and healthier self. Okay, so that is my results, and the next one I'll pass it on to
Leonard.
Leonard.
Okay, so I guess it has been really quite a stress kind of experience for us to put up this live show for everybody, because it's like it's almost like a reality show, but just that it's going to last us 8 weeks. So everything will take a toll, but there's no excuse. But the point here is like what Youngseog and Waylon has just said briefly. Everything affects you in terms of how you feel, and especially your weight. Just when we thought that we are moving in the right direction, and then I seeing that my weight is dropping, my body fat is dropping, my muscle mass was building up, because I changed my diet and things like that. And then last week's the results that we had based on the weighing yesterday just throw us totally off, and then we have to admit that we are very, very not exactly pleased. But as I think the point here is this is really about expectation, and I guess this is why a lot of people lose your momentum in your weight management program, because once you hit the roadblock, and then you start to realize that, hey, wow, why isn't it going so smoothly and so everything is well planned out. It's like, every day, every week I lose 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg.
No.
And in fact, it coincides, or rather it coincides with what one of our topic, which is probably next week, about stagnation. I'm not too sure. I can't say that we are exactly hitting our stagnation because, like I say, maybe it could be also due to our some lifestyles or some diet, what you call that, factors, which we probably didn't even realize. It's easy to let your old habits creeps in and then affect you unconsciously because we have been all alive. But really, other than my weight, which I continue to lose, but by a mere 0.1 kg, 0.1 kg is 100 grams, is it?
Yes,
Oh
correct.
gosh, I lost 100 grams. Shall we go and eat for celebration? Yeah, that's also another kind of mentality that a lot of people have. They lose a bit and then they want to celebrate and then they start to let the floodgate loose again. And then I'm honestly very shocked that also my muscle mass came down, which like almost 1.1 kg, and then body fat was really a shocker. It went back all the way to my pre
First week.
challenge data.
Yeah.
Something must be wrong. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that it's obviously something must be wrong means it must be me, right? Or is it the weather? Or is it because of the clothes I wear? No. Okay, so everything need to take some reflection, and then we have to really monitor carefully. If not, without that kind of self-discipline, everything will easily slack and then go back to our original self. But I think at least one thing we have a saving grace today. Yeah, I mean, we are not here to show you all the most desirable, favorable, and positive results, because we know that weight management itself, it is a very difficult journey, and that's why a lot of people tend to give up after a while, and then especially when you are, it's just exactly not going the same direction that you want it to be. So between myself and Wei Lun, this week not so cool, and then our Youngseog actually just buck the trend that two of us have, and then really show a much better result than two of us, which I'm going to show you now. All right, Youngseog.
Yes, it's time to share my results. So just now for fourth weeks, and then from the beginning until now, I lost 1.3 kgs. So it means I already 2% of my weight. It means I already achieved tier 1.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, so during 4 weeks, I lost 1.3 kgs. I'll achieve the tier 1, this criteria. So, and then also muscle mass, our team's goal, actually, our team's goal is also I achieved the tier 1, that 1% increasing. Actually, my muscle mass is still same.
Yeah, you went back to your week 1 as well, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Muscle mass is still same, but I reduced my kg. That is how I increase my muscle mass. So almost 1% increase. That is why how I achieved the tier 1.
Gosh.
Yes, but the body fats only decreased 1%.
1%, yes.
Yes, correct. So still 1 more percent to achieve tier 1 for individual goal. So totally as a group to achieve the targets tier 1, 6% of body weight have to lose, 6% of body fats have to lose, and 3%
Each,
of as a group.
Oh, yeah.
As a group.
Okay,
As a group.
just a reminder,
Yeah.
just a double check.
Yes. So to achieve the muscle mass, have to achieve 3% increase. So each goals your groups are aiming, please check weekly basis how much you are achieved individually. Then very easy to track. Then how much goals are left. So visualize, then achieve more easily. I can suggest.
Well, anyway, I was just looking at the Facebook comments. Christina says that, wow, I heard Wei Lun does 100 push-up every day.
Is it
Wow,
correct?
later we're going to ask him to show us this 100 push-up.
Can
You
I
know,
see
now
your
it's all about
chest?
action,
Oh.
actions, and action. But really, I think yes, I think all of us do push-ups right now. But really, you can't really conceive. No. We of course 100 push-up a day is a lot. All right, and then but really, you have to make it very consistent,
Correct.
and then you have to do it very regularly so that you
Yes.
don't break the pattern, and then
Yeah.
if not, you'll be just like what happened to us last week. The figures just simply bounce back
Yes,
to where it
correct.
was, and then suddenly you feel that you lost all your momentum. But really, we just have to push on, and then we hope that we will show better results as we complete the whole journey and this challenge. All right. So, Youngseog.
Yes.
No, sorry. Called the wrong person. So, Wei Lun.
Yes. So anyway, so today we're going to talk about body fats, okay, and what kind of different body fats are there in our body? I think that's one thing to start with, what we should know. Okay, so there's actually only two kinds of, not say only two kinds, two main kinds of fats in our body. Okay, and number one is actually our essential fats. And by the name essential fats, they are actually essential for our body. So we definitely need to have these fats because it's really to help us to function properly, because all our organs also need fats. And then it's also, it's stored in small amounts in every part of our body. So these are essential, and we cannot drop below these essential fats amount, otherwise it could be actually dangerous.
Yeah, actually, it's life-threatening. I mean, contrary to what most people is afraid, this is very ironical because a lot of people say, I'm so afraid of fats, I'm so afraid of fat, and then you just keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter, right? But really, we should not be fearful of fats, but rather we should understand it, and then we must tell you, everybody right now, that fat is still essential nutrient in our body. And like what Wei Lun just said, yes, there's a percentage of fats that we need in our body to actually help us to function healthily and also to protect us. You know why? You see, Youngseog is versus me. If we bang each other, I'm sure Youngseog will fly.
Or crush.
No, he won't crush. And then he may get bruises and
Yeah, correct.
HoeCheong, how you say?
Fracture?
No, HoeCheong is blue-black. Yeah.
Yeah,
But because I have more fats, I have cushion. It's like airbags built in. I'm not telling you that this is to encourage you to have airbags in your body, but naturally, yes, fats is essential and it has some protection purpose as well. Yep. Okay, we'll learn so about the next kind of fats.
So the next kind of fats is actually storage fats, and storage fats is basically all the fats that we accumulate for our body to actually use it when we need it. And also, so storage fats, there's two kinds of storage fats.
No, I guess the point here is, remember last week we talked about calories. When you consume excessive calories consistently, and then over time you don't actually burn off your calories, and it actually get to store in some places in your body, right? So this is exactly what we are talking about right now. All the excessive calories that was not burned off through your usual daily lives, eventually you'll get stored in our body in the form of storage fats. Yeah, so that's why now we are talking about storage fats. And then naturally, the key point here is that this one is like a balloon. If you work it out, then you may lose some of your fats, and then therefore you become leaner. But then if you don't expand it enough, you will just continue to grow like your bank account, hopefully, and then you just give you positive influence into your weight. So this is the storage fats. We want to link it with what we talked about last week in terms of calories. And then, yeah, of course. Then after that, then we need to ask Wei Lun, in terms of storage fats, how is it stored in our body?
So it's actually stored in two different ways. Okay, one is actually stored as a subcutaneous fats. So this subcutaneous fat is actually the adipose tissue that's directly under your skin. So if you pinch your skin and you feel like your arms or your legs, it's kind of like you can feel that layer of like fats.
In the easiest term, it is fats that you can touch.
Yeah.
If you can touch it, okay, like pinching. These are probably not. You cannot say it's skin. It's actually fats.
Yeah, it's actually fats.
Especially for guys, the love handles you have. Yeah. So these are all subcutaneous fats.
It's like when you sit down and then you bend over, you have this like little belly that you can pinch.
Or for me, it's like when you sit down, you want to bend over and tie your shoelace, you have difficulty.
Okay, so that's subcutaneous fats. Like what Leonard mentioned, fats that you can touch under your skin. And then the other one is actually visceral fats.
Yeah, visceral fats.
So, I mean, we talked about visceral fats a lot because in-body Session 0 also gives us a visceral fat reading.
Correct.
Okay, so these fats actually the fats that surrounding our vital organs. It fills up the space in between your organs in your body. And these kind of fats are typically very dangerous. It's harder to lose, also harder to gain as well. But it's from a long-term, consistent kind of like a dieting lifestyle. That will help you. Will not help you. That will make you accumulate these visceral fats in your body. Okay.
No, actually, when we were preparing for today's lesson, we were trying to actually include some very visual and very graphical illustration to tell you exactly what is visceral fat. Because as Wei-Lun tells you about visceral fat, you may feel that it is just like another fat or some scientific term that is so remote to you. But really, nowadays, all the urban chronic disease or illness are probably because of visceral fats. And is that dangerous and is that serious? I mean, if we look at our in-body weighing, the results we have, all right? I said last week, right, that Youngseog is what? Youngseog's visceral fat area is 46.8 square cm, and my visceral fat area is 112.1 square cm. Gosh, I'm 3 times his area of visceral fat when his weight is only 2/3 of me, and yet I'm like what 3 times more than him. So can you imagine the amount of these fats, surrounding and wrapping around my internal organs? You know how much it is? Yeah, it doesn't show, and actually a bit different from the subcutaneous fats. The visceral fats are fats you can't touch. You can't touch. It's way inside, and then you could fill up the spaces between your hearts and your lungs. It could fill up the spaces between your spleen and your stomach. Yeah, it just accumulate, and then it causes so much disaster in our proper and healthy functioning of our body. And I strongly urge everybody to go Google about it, visceral fat, read about it, find some YouTube videos to look at it, because you will really understand. It's quite amazing. It's almost like the easiest way, how should I put it? It's like sausage. No, when you cut the sausage, you cut it, then you see all the white fats that, when you cut it, right, you have a white, how you say that? A lateral perspective, you see all the fats in between. Yeah, it's crazy. Or like what they say, they talk about Wagyu beef. You know, you look at the
Sprinkle
site, you know,
yeah,
you
like a
see all
snow on
the when you say that is a delicious kind of delicacy, you know when you cut me into what is the word for it? I don't know. Dissect. You dissect me. You cut me across, and then you see that kind of view. You see that I also have a lot of
Marbling.
marble patterns. So really, everybody should go and Google and read more about visceral fats. In fact, these days when we talk about weight management, we really want to emphasize and repeat that we are no longer talking about kgs.
Yes.
We want to talk about body fats,
percent.
and we want to talk about visceral fat in particular. This is some of the areas that we need to really tackle urgently because this is really affecting all of us, especially urban dwellers, people like us, you know, too comfortable. All right, maybe I should move to the mountains. All right, yep, so visceral fats is very important thing that we want to talk about. All right, you want to ask me anything?
So, how can I recognize I am fat or not?
Oh, are you fat?
Oh, yeah, when touching my arms,
No, are you asking me if you are fat?
but when
No,
I
you're
touch
asking the wrong guy. You're asking a
Okay.
fat guy to
Okay,
ask.
then, am I fat or not?
No.
How
No.
can we recognize we are fat or not?
Yeah. This is the most. I think this is the most ironical question. How would anybody say that? Will anybody actually look you in the eye and say, "Am I fat?" And then you tell him, "Yes, you are fat." Okay. Anyway, it is actually like what we say earlier. You know, fat or not fat is no longer visually determinable. Yeah, you know, a lot of people, they may look very lean, look very thin, you know, but once you measure them with the in-body weighing machine 770 or any kind of other weighing scale that has able to detect your body fats, you realize that
Correct.
it will actually give you a surprise. All right, and really, so let's repeat again to tell you that, well, it's not about weight, it's not about kg anymore. Whether you're fat or not, it's not. So one of the factors that to look at is your body fats percentage. And that is easily available in any kind of weighing scale right now in the modern world. All right, you should look at it. So other than the fact that we have essential fat, right? All right, so it's fine. You have some essential fat. That's about 3 to 5% for men, and then 8 to 12% for women. Are they not showing our face? No, they are not showing our face. Yeah. So I'm not very happy. I talk until so 认真, right? And then no face. And then some more no close up. Then how to continue? Correct. Yeah. Okay. No, you can show our close up and at the same time also showcase the PowerPoint. Yeah, you see, that's a much better. Yeah, exactly. It's not very difficult to continue. You know, we keep talking and then our face is focused. It's shown. It is featured. And then I suddenly forgot what I was saying just now. No, the point is we have essential fats, right?
Yes.
All right, that makes up part of our body fats percentage. 3 to 5% for men and 8 to 12% for women. Don't complain, women out there. Don't complain. How come I'm more, don't complain. Don't ask us. Ask God. Okay, we were all made differently to start off.
Yes,
Okay,
different.
but basically it is because of womanly function that is required. Therefore, by nature, women will have more body fat to start with. All right, and then so I want to show you this chart, which is very interesting because I know based on my measurement yesterday. All right, my body fat now is 29.5, which is really shocker for me because I don't know what happened. I wish I could tell you that it must be the the hor fun I ate on Friday night. But we already also told you that, you know, when growing fat is not because a satay you ate last week is built up consistently.
Yes.
Or maybe that was the last draw. That was the last straw that you know. So you look at this chart, I actually realized that interestingly, based on my age, 40 to 59, I'm 29.5. And if you look at chart, I'm over fat. Not yet obese, but over fat. You know, so this chart is pretty cool. It's pretty correct. I want to just show it a bit more so that, you know, if you happen to join us, we are doing a weight management talk. All right, and then focusing on fats today. You can actually refer to this chart to check, you know, to know whether you are bad on that. Because when you weigh yourself, you're actually seeing just a figure. So based on this chart, I'm over fat. All right, and based on this chart, the Wei Lun is, you're what? You're 20 something, right?
50.
You're 15?
15.
You're 15?
I'm 15.
Oh, you're 15 means you're healthy. Okay, and then Youngseog, you are?
I'm 21%.
21%, it means under this chart, you are also over fat.
Over fat.
My God!
Yellow area.
Yeah, yellow area. I'm in the yellow area. Youngseog is also in the yellow area, and only Wei Lun is in the healthy green area. But at this point, I also want to mention to everybody, you know, really, you will realize that most men will be, you know, at least 20%. All right, meaning minusing away the 5% essential fats, you are like 15% off.
Storage fat.
Yeah. But actually, we should strive to go below 20. That is the key point. Must try to go below 20 in terms of body fat. Because you look at a lot of the athletes, depending on what kind of sports they are engaging, some could go as low as 6 or even 8% body fat only. You know, that means minusing their essential fats of 5%. They only have the whole body got only 1% extra, so they are that lean. You know, so don't try to, you know, go to the extreme, but at least we must all go below the 20% mark.
Okay.
Because once you hit below 20% mark, you will likely be more fit in that sense. All right. Okay. We're not talking about, you know, training up to be like a muscle man or things like that. We're just saying that reduce your body fat percentage and try to go below 20%.
Correct.
All right. So the second thing that defines whether you are fat or not is also obviously the visceral fats index. All right, this is, we can't stress enough about this, and really just look at me and Youngseog again. All right, he is 2/3 my weight, but I have 4 times more visceral fats than him. Think about it. Can you visualize it? Can you give us hey, this one at this point must give close up already. Let's look here. I say that again. Youngseog is 2/3 my weight. Yeah, Youngseog is 2/3 my weight, but I have 4 times more visceral fats than him. This is pretty unimaginable. All right, and then so really, visceral fat is very, very dangerous, and then it triggers a lot of chronic disease. Read about it. I don't want to, you know, make you panic anymore. Find out yourself from the Google or from the YouTube, and then you will understand. And then if you use any electronic weighing scale right now, you will see an index that they'll give you in terms of digits. I mean single digit or double digit, meaning 0 to 9 is normal, above 9 is risky, and above 14 is adverse, which is very different from what InBody 770 is giving us. They don't measure by this index, rather they use a
Number.
fat area.
Oh, yeah.
The area. Okay, just to tell you again, I am 112.1 square cm, and Youngseog is
46.8.
46.8.
Yes.
And Wei Lun is
39.3.
39.3. Gosh, two of them add up together, I still beat them. That's how much of visceral fat I have. All right, so as I'm approaching my senior years, this is really dangerous. All right, not to. Of course, it affects the young people as well. Oh yeah, just to make it just a matter of contention. Even though they are 46.8, they're still not at a healthy level yet.
Yeah, correct. Even though
Wei Lun is at 39. Also not at a healthy level yet.
Correct.
Gosh, they still have some improvement to go.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Although of course I have more lah. But I just want to say this: all of us are not healthy. Even though two of them add up together, still less than me. All right.
For me,
This is a bad joke, is it? Nobody's laughing anymore. Okay. or is it that I already scared them also? They are also sharing the same plight as me. So visceral fat, okay, based on body fat, based on visceral fat, to determine whether you are truly, in a not so healthy condition, rather than just using your kg. All right, that is already a thing in the past. You are not buying pork from market, no. I want 1 kg of pork. No, it's usually looking at how fat or how lean you are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's about sum up of what I want to say. Okay.
We want to show you guys this picture, okay, that we found. And it's very interesting because I think it kind of like, gives you a really clear goal on what kind of like body type you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And if you know how much your body fat is, or rather, let's say you don't know what is your body fat, by looking at this picture, do you know what is your body fat?
Gosh.
Yeah. So like,
at 29.5%, gosh, you can actually see me at the bottom left. Without me showing you my body.
So you can imagine your body.
So you look at the bottom left, that one, right? 30%, I'm 29.5. Yes, that's exactly how I look now. Do you want me to show you? No need, right? Yeah.
No need.
No need? Okay. Youngseog, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? What?
Weeks later, let's see.
Where are you? Where are you? Where
I
are you?
am 21%.
21%? Gosh,
Do you look
Youngseog
like
is
that?
right in the middle. The jackpot.
Yeah, but
When you
he
play the
has a
tic-tac-toe,
more-
is
yeah,
usual the spot
he
you
has,
want.
But I don't have.
Wow, Youngseog, you look so good.
I don't have to take off my shirt. Yeah, already.
I want to
here.
see, yeah. No, sorry, our camera crew want to see. What about Wei Lun? You are
15.
You're 15?
Yeah.
Wow! Okay, this one must show. You know why this one must show?
Let's
Because we don't believe.
No.
Nobody believes that he looks like that. Yeah. So you have a bit of a chest. Wow, a bit of 6-pack. Wow. I have 1 pack. Yeah. Okay, yeah, 6-pack. And then, oh gosh.
Yeah, so if you can see, right, just now, Leonard was mentioning that, essential fat for guys is about 3%.
Yep.
For girls, it's about, 8 to 12%. And really at that kind of fitness level, you are really very, very lean. Yeah, you look super muscular. That's kind of like you are going for competitions and all.
Correct.
But it's kind of like, okay, let's say today your goal is to be 10 to 12% for males, and maybe for females you want to be at 25%. Then you kind of know like, how you want to work towards it, how you'll roughly, be looking like, physically on the outside, and then, it's a very good reminder for us or goal to work towards too. And also, in the next slide, as we see.
Cannot. We cannot talk about the next slide. Youngseog, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you believe that I was ever 56 kg?
56 kg.
Yeah, because I look at this picture.
Lighter than.
I want to this question suddenly pops up in my head. Do you believe that I was ever 56 kg in my life? Now I'm almost 90 lah, right?
Honestly, no, I cannot.
You don't believe?
I don't believe.
You don't believe?
At least you show your pictures, your previous picture, that I can believe.
Oh, okay. So next week I'll show you the picture of me when I was 56 kg.
Okay.
I always want to share this joke is because, well, anyway, Youngseog is a very honest and very fair gentleman. Yeah, he says what he thinks. He thinks what he says, so he doesn't believe. But the point is, I'm sure some of you out there will be thinking, of course, I mean, everybody grows up. I mean, I was 56 before. Exactly. When I was 21 years old, I was still about 56 kg.
Oh, I see.
So my point here is, if you do believe that I was ever 56 kg before, then you have to believe this. You will also turn 90 kg when you're 51. If you are not careful. Of course, somebody will have already hit 90 kg when they are in their 30s already. Okay? So yeah, you see, my point is this, really, weight is something that we have to manage. We have to give it some care. If you don't take care of it, you will just go out of hand.
Correct.
And really, I feel myself, I've given myself too much excuse over the years. I always say that it's normal, everybody's like that, who doesn't get fat? It's just natural. Wow, my God, listen to all these excuses I just said. So natural, right? Really, I think if we want to make sure that we maintain in our tip-top condition, all right, not trying to be a muscle man, but just to make sure that we are continue to be lean and healthy.
Yeah.
This is something that we need to be careful. All right, we cannot let the natural takes we cannot leave our health and our body weight to the natural, because you will really end up like me, just piling up this kind of weight and this kind of fats over the years unconsciously. But really, this is something that we should look at, and even when you are still like in your 20s, you should look at it. All right. Okay. Thank you, Wei Lun. And then we are going to show you the next picture, right? Because we are talking about what kind of percentage of body fat will actually determine the kind of outlook that you have, and that is important. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, when you see the kind of goals that you want to achieve, it's really achievable. Like looking at this guy, he was probably about 25 to 30% beforehand, and then he worked his way to about 10 to 12%, and you can really see the difference in his body shape. He gets a lot more toned. It's more defined, and he actually, physically he looks better. Right?
Yeah,
and
of course.
it's definitely a healthier state than where he was beforehand. Right? So
no, I think he, like what we wrote there, he looked more trimmed and more sculpted.
Yes.
No, I mean, if he's wearing a very tight t-shirt, the t-shirt will simply hug around him, showing off his body. But if you're like me, I wear a t-shirt that's very tight, my fats will bulge out. So it's like fat is like it's so it's like out of control. But when you're scalp trim, everything looks so nice. It's like tailor-made bodily suit for you. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So are you going to show us this in 4 weeks' time?
Let's show together.
I don't
got this is the most Tai Chi answer I've ever heard in my entire life. I just got ambushed.
Cherry?
So I'm beginning to think that you are Batman. Okay, we'll show it together. All right.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Okay, it's not impossible. I think everyone can really work towards our goals. Really based on the previous chart that we have.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Really looking at what's the kind of body type you want to be. What kind of body fats you want to achieve, and obviously the first thing that you need to know is you need to know your body fats first. Okay, so once you know that, it's something that you can very concretely work towards too. And some people might have the same same weight, but they look very, very differently. That's also because muscles and fats they are very different in nature, especially in terms of how they look. So like for 1 kg of fats, as you see in the picture right now, okay, this 1 kg of fats versus 1 kg of muscles, okay? Because muscles are much more dense, okay? Fats will actually take up more area.
More space,
And
more space.
more space, yeah, more space.
Yeah.
And so therefore, there's a lot of time, where people talk about the term skinny fit. Like, you can have 2-person, A and B, A and B, both weighing 60 kg, but one person actually looks a lot more meatier than the other. Or you can be very skinny and you don't have a lot of muscles, like you don't really exercise a lot, you're quite sedentary in nature, and you pile up a lot of fats and not so much of like muscles, right? So you wouldn't know until you stand on a scale like the InBody 770. And so really, these fats and these muscles, everybody will have different profile, and therefore it's not sufficient alone to be standing on a weighing scale and say, oh, I'm 60 kg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you really need to know and find out about like, what's your body fats percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you see here, the fat profile of someone who is actually more on the having a higher body fats percentage. You'll see that the fats underlying their skin or even their visceral fats is gonna be a lot more. It'll look like fattier, more oily. But the ones who are more toned will actually have more muscles, and therefore the fats amount in the body is actually lesser.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so I think the point is that I mean you already know our data, but really in most cases, if you may feel that you are actually 60 kg compared to another friend who is also 60 kg, but really you can't, like what you say, you can't tell whether you are really fat or not because of the body fat percentage and the visceral fat we're talking about. And then if your body actually contains more fat, so naturally, that's actually dangerous. But really, I still want to say that we should try to aim for below 20%. So at least we will look more sculpt and trim. And then I really want to go tailor-made by body soon. Right, okay. Also.
Yes. So then we keep talking about the body fats and the body shapes, right? Then I want to ask how to reduce body fat. How to reduce our body
I think this is one question everybody is looking for, right? And then that's what we are doing here today.
Correct.
How to lose all this fat. You know the answer?
Actually,
because you are so small.
Actually, I can tell you that there's no one way for all people. It doesn't mean that one size fits all. Yep. So let's see 3 ways how to lose body fats. First one, let's talk about the diet.
Okay. Yeah. So we are going to talk about some of the ways that you can lose some
lose some of your body fats. Through the diet.
Yeah, and then the first thing we talk about is to load up on protein and fiber.
Yes.
I think I want to go back and talk about this because in our first 2-3 lessons we did say that we need nutrients in the balanced and adequate way, and all these nutrients are what we know, or is water, protein, fats, fiber, minerals, and vitamins. You know what I mean? So in terms of our daily diet, which we have been talking about, we want to see our daily diet more as nutrients intakes rather than just chicken wings or barbecue beef. We should look at it as nutrients intake. So when we talk about load up on your protein and fiber, these are very important because these are 2 macro nutrients that we need to have. And as mentioned in the earlier lessons we have, protein takes up about 14.4% of our body and is the building block of our entire system. All right. Youngseog will talk about the carbohydrate later, but really especially for Asian diet, we tend to be more we tend to take in more carbohydrates than necessary.
Correct.
But really, we don't look at protein and fiber. I mean, I always like to use this example. When you order a plate of chicken rice, right? You like chicken rice, right?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, chicken rice. You have like so much of chicken meat. I'm always amazed with, you know, the hawker selling chicken rice. You know, I'm so amazed because you see they take a piece of the chicken breast meat and then they cut it and then they actually slice one how they cut it once to
Layer.
divide in one layer, to
one
divide
layer.
into two. And then after that they will pack. And then the thing just got bigger.
Yes.
But it's actually the same thing.
Yeah,
And then and then they put that on the
Rice.
on the chicken rice, which is
Correct.
so much rice in proportion compared to the chicken breast meat.
Breast, yeah.
And then, you know, and then after that they put 2 slices of cucumbers onto the the chicken rice. Think about it. One chicken rice lunch, all right? How much protein are you getting and how much fiber are you getting? All right, and then in that aspect, the amount of carbohydrates you're getting, and not to mention the chicken oil in the chicken rice,
Correct.
which is how much fats we are talking about. So Youngseog will now talk about the next. So the first point we'll talk about is load up on your protein and fiber.
Yes.
We are not getting enough of fiber and protein based on our daily diet. And earlier this week, Youngseog also talked about how he wants to increase his protein and his in his diet in his video. And you have to try to appreciate and realize that on a daily basis, we're just simply not getting enough of protein and fiber. These 2 major nutrients.
Yes.
Instead, more of carbohydrate, which you also want to talk about now.
Yes, I want to talk about carbohydrates. So, as Leonard shared, that carbohydrates for Asian food, we really having a lot, rice or noodles, like flours. Then have to plan your carbohydrates, how much you should take, because surplus of carbohydrates become sugar become fat. If you burn enough, these carbohydrates become fat. So that is why we always talking about carbohydrates. Be careful when you are doing weight management. That is, I want to say, please be careful in taking carbohydrates.
Yeah, don't worry, fret not. All right, we're going to have some solution for you later also. And then the third thing we want to talk about in terms of diet is that knowing that you still need good fats. So we want to actually share a bit about this kind of type of fats that we have. Actually, there are 2 kinds of fats. One is called the saturated fats and the unsaturated fats. But before we go on to talk about these 2, I also want to highlight this particular fats called the trans fat. You know, for many years, it has been known that trans fat is very bad for health because it can't be digested out of our body. Whatever you take in, it will contain to power in the body, and eventually it creates a lot more problem. And some research actually shown that it could be it's some kind of carcinogen in sex. So all over the world, a lot of countries are taking measures to even ban trans fat in the production or in the use, because it's really causing a lot of health issues. And then what is it commonly used? It's probably in your cookies, in the bakeries, in the confectionery. Because why? Once you put trans fat into it, all right, the whole cake or the cookies or the biscuits will look very shiny, and it tastes especially nice.
Yeah.
But then over the years, they realize that trans fat is really affecting and hurting people.
Correct.
So while, like I said, a lot of governments are looking into how to control this and actually to make sure that all the manufacturer very explicitly show you what is the trans fat level in the final product,
Right.
and you can see from the boxes, you know. But really, you still need to be wary that whether you're still consuming that or not. So having said that, then we come back to the two other fats, which is saturated fats and unsaturated fats. And so we must make sure that we try not to consume more of saturated fats, but we try to consume more of unsaturated fat, because saturated fat is known to increase your LDL. You know, when you go to, you know, body check every year, right? They always show you that you have two, what you call that, the cholesterol level. One is the LDL and the HDL. So the low LDL, which is the low density, I can't remember what's the full name because I really, the LDL is the level of bad cholesterol. LDL is the level of bad cholesterol. So eating more and more saturated fats, consuming more and more saturated fats will actually increase your level of LDL, which is bad cholesterol. So, do you know what are some of these saturated fats? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know? And I'm sure you, even if you don't know, I'm sure you have eaten them. I'm sure you have eaten them. For example, butter.
With,
Yeah.
with
Jam.
jam and then, bread.
Correct. And then palm oil.
Yeah, a lot of snacks are frying by palm oil, right?
Yeah, made with palm oil, yes. Coconut oil.
Oh.
Chendol. Wow. What else? Bobo cha cha.
Over cha-cha.
All the Peranakan kuehs. Laksa. Gosh, all this contain coconut oil and therefore have saturated fats. So that's why it increases your chances of accumulating more and more bad cholesterols. All right, so we should consume more of unsaturated fats, okay, which is known to actually reduce the bad cholesterol and improve our HDL, which is the good cholesterol. All right, okay, so just to quickly tell you some of these unsaturated fats, and then they are actually divided into, they can be categorized into either mono unsaturated fat or polyunsaturated fats.
Okay.
And I think I want to say this, which is very interesting. In the most easiest way to understand is that most unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature, but they will start to harden when chilled. All right, so, but saturated fats and trans fats are typically solid at room temperature. So if you see any so-called suspicious oil lying around in solid state, they must be saturated or trans. Yeah. But you see any oil is liquid in room temperature. Room temperature means no aircon only fan flying around, a fan blowing around. Right. Then they are still liquid. That means this oil is good. So straightforward, right? It's true, you know. Some food is very interesting, you know. You know, even the oil you put them on the table, after a while they just solidify.
Yeah, correct.
So those are saturated fats. Okay, so now at least you will be able to identify and differentiate. So in terms of unsaturated fats, all right, you could actually look at salmon, tuna, mackerel, which are typically fishes.
Yeah, fishes.
All these are good fish. All right, and then eggs also have some what you call that unsaturated fats. Fish oil, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, canola oil. Wow. Sunflower oil, tofu, and soybean. Gosh.
Yes.
Wow. Really, I think soybean is really a wonderful food. It has so many good attributes. All right. So knowing that you still need fats, and then especially good fats. So we just covered about unsaturated fats. You should really look into getting more of them. All right. Thank you. And then Welu next.
Yeah, and the last part is actually about eating often. I think this part about reducing fats is that, you know, we cannot let our body think that it's not going to receive enough food. And if it's kind of like if you skip meals and your body like doesn't know that it's going to receive food on a, like a regular basis, then your body will kind of like store the fats to make sure that it has fats to burn off, to make sure that it produces like energy, such that, you know, your functions are continue, your bodily functions can continue. So it kind of like stores the fats. Eating often is also about, you know, eating smaller meals, but eating more often. So like not eating one whole huge meal at one go and make yourself, you know, very bloated, you know, eating too much, overeating. But eating small, it's kind of like small meals, but often, in higher quantity. Okay. And also the next part we want to talk about is the exercise part. Okay, so a few ways to actually reduce your amount of fats in your body, and we talked about diet.
Exercise.
So now it's workout.
Must show the slide. Yeah, we have a beautiful slide today.
Okay, so on the workout part, actually there are a lot of workouts that you can do. And actually, earlier I saw, you know, Christina commenting that, you know, it's very hard to drag yourself to do exercises.
Honestly, who likes to do workout?
Some people.
Of course, there will be people who are really so passionate about it. Of course. But that's why only that. That's why most of the people, everyone else are so, you know, so unhealthy. There's nobody like workout. It's so tiring. It's so strenuous. It's so torturous to some, you know. Really, but essentially we still have to recognize that we need to move a bit.
Yeah, correct. Workout is very important, and I think we'll talk a little bit more about this next week onwards, because this is our 4th week, and then next week is like 5th week to 8th week. So we'll start to incorporate a lot more exercises, but still it's gonna be, you know, easy, simple. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be something that is very easy to follow. So keep a lookout to our 3BFS Facebook group.
Yeah, maybe actually Will doesn't know about this yet, because next week as we move into our week 5, and then we are going to talk more about workouts and incorporating some regular workout regime into our program. Because 4 weeks has passed already. I mean, not to mention that we did tell you that in the first 4 weeks we will not talk too much about workout. We want you to lose weight. We want you to feel lighter in preparation for the week 5 of work, starting from week 5, the workout. We give you 4 weeks notice already. Don't say that we never tell you earlier. All right. And then next week, we have the privilege of inviting a very knowledgeable and very esteemed fitness instructor to join us to tell you how you can to tell you and to show you some of the workouts that she has planned out for us to help you to continue this transformation easily and effectively. All right, and then we'll tell you more later. Sorry about the interruption, Wilun. Yep.
Okay, so a few kinds of workout that we can actually be doing. Cardio, definitely. It really depends on, you know, what are your goals. So cardio, we do cardio exercises because we want to...
Actually, maybe you want to tell them about what is cardio and weightlifting. The difference. Actually, I also sometimes not sure.
Cardio exercises are exercises that, you know, really pumps your heart rate up. Okay.
Those that you will pen one.
Yeah, those that you will pen. Like you go for runs. You go for like Zumba. Okay, Zumba. Dance. Those are all cardio exercises that requires you, you know, over a sustained period of time, like half an hour, or even longer, to make you really pump your heart rate up, get you moving, get you sweating. You will sweat a lot. Okay, those are cardio exercises, and cardio exercises will allow you to, you know, really help you increase this whole metabolism. Okay, it will help you to burn more calories in the day itself. And opposed to weightlifting, weightlifting is trying to help you to build muscles. So if you're on Trim and Fit and you are going for the muscle mass increase category, you need to do weightlifting. And what weightlifting entails is kind of like you take heavy weights and you do targeted isolated exercises.
Isolate.
Yeah, on say you take a dumbbell, you do bicep curls, okay? You do very heavy weights, but you at the max you can probably do like 6 to 8 reps.
Oh, 6
Yeah.
to 8.
If 6 to 8 reps you can still go on, that means the weight is too light for you. Okay, so you should fail by then. So like
What do you say? I missed that. What do you say? What do you mean too light for me?
if let's say you're holding a 15 kg weight and you're doing your bicep curls and you can do more than eight times, that weight is too light for you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. If you want to
I
build your
thought I very
muscles,
strong.
yeah. If you want to build your muscles, you should aim to do about 6 to 8 reps only, until you cannot do another.
No wonder he
curl.
does 100 push-up every day.
Yeah, that is just to sustain.
Yeah, because doing 30 push-up a day doesn't mean anything. It's just too little for you.
Not enough.
Yeah. So weight training works by giving your muscle a lot of stress, and then after you rest for a while, you won't pant. Okay, you won't pant. You rest for a while and you do that
Just
6 to 8
ache.
times again.
Just
Yeah.
ache.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it will kind of like help you tear your muscles. Then with protein, with the right diet, nutrition, and also with rest, a lot of rest and water, you can help to start to build that muscle, which gives you sort of like, okay, your muscle starts growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's like weights training.
I think it's also critical to say that if you are going through a weight regime, a weight management program without incorporating any of workout, it's actually not going to be good also, because you do see on some documentary that someone could just go for some operations or things like that, and then they will lose weight, but then because without exercise and workout planning in between, right, the whole body becomes so saggy and loose.
Okay.
That's why you need the workout to come in at the right time to help you to train them into muscles, and therefore you'll be more trim and sculpt. So you can't go trim and sculpt without exercises. Going with just dietary alignment, will not totally help you to be trim and sculpt as well. All right. So this is very important that you must do both cardio and weight training at the same time.
Yep. Okay. So at the second and the third point is actually incorporating more different variations to your cardio exercises. So cross-train your cardio, meaning if let's say you're going for runs and you're going for runs every week, don't just run a 4-click at the same pace all the time. Include things like sprinting, include things,
interval, right?
Yeah, interval trainings. Do switch up your exercises basically in your cardio. Always not doing the same thing all the time actually allows your body to still continue to burn that amount of like calories, or burn that amount of like increasing your metabolism to a point where it's effective. So if you are running like a consistent 4-click half an hour every single week, maybe only about after 1-2 months, you're kind of gonna reach that stage where your running doesn't bring you any kind of like effect.
Yeah, because your body adapts.
Yeah, your body adapts to it.
Once your body adapts and then it get used to condition itself, your body condition himself and then it adapts, you will realize that, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then they will just adapt, and then you will not see much changes in terms of your effectiveness of your exercises or workout. Therefore, you need to cross-train and even
doing HIIT exercises.
Correct. In terms of changing the intensity so that your body will not adapt in that sense. So therefore, you will continue to challenge yourself to burn more calories, and then keeping that metabolism high, right?
So like just a very quick example, if you want to do a 2.4 in the stadium, instead of running 6 rounds consistently, you can sprint on the straight roads, which is the 100 meter. Then you can kind of like walk or jog a little bit on a curve. So it's like you sprint on a straight and then you jog on a curve, and you do that for 2.4. Yeah, that is also actually switching up your exercise as well. Or even after 1 round of 400 meter, do like 10 burpees. Yeah, then continue like do another 400, do 10 burpees, and so on and so
Can I ask you a question? Because a lot of people would say that doing any exercises, you need to be able to be effective. In order to be effective, you need to do at least 30 minutes, isn't it?
Yes.
But then I read that, you know, with all these HIIT exercises and all these Tabatas workout going on, some people are even claiming that, oh, do 10 minutes of Tabata is better than doing 30 minutes of run.
I think it's more about bringing that heartbeat up to 130.
Ah.
Yeah, more than 130 beats per minute. So if you are doing a Tabata, yes, it can be very tiring for a very short period of time, but you still need that 30 minutes of exercise.
But the critical
Also,
point is
the critical
about
point is
the
bringing up your
130
heart rate. Yeah.
beats per minute
Beats per
heart
minute.
break.
Yeah.
Heart
Heart
rate.
rate, heart rate.
Not heart break.
Yeah.
Don't break your heart. Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, so if you don't actually exercise often and then you suddenly go into Tabata, you definitely will bring your heart rate up super quickly to maybe about even 150. But if you are someone who has been exercised regularly, 1 set or 2 set of Tabata will not bring your heart rate up to that point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I go out, my heartbeat also go up.
So I think I think the critical point, like what Leonard mentioned, is that you need to bring your heart rate up, and running can consistently help you to do that, to maintain that heart rate at that level for a long period of time. So it's really incorporating different kinds of exercises. So even if you want to go for Tabata, do more than just like a 10-minute Tabata, or do some runs together with it. Not just Tabata alone, like for a 5-minute. Like I think it's kind of like a feel-good thing.
Yeah.
Like you feel that you're panting, you feel that you're exercising, but essentially it's not really burning too much of your calories or increasing your metabolism to that aspect.
Yeah, to some is panting, to some is like really out of breath. No. Let's be positive. I'm not trying to tell you that you have excuses to do that. Really, exercising is about getting your metabolism up, and in that aspect, you need to make sure that your heart rate is beating, is also accelerated. You know, you can't be saying that I'm doing an exercise, but then your heartbeat doesn't move an inch. You know, it doesn't count at all. Yes, the length of the exercise really make a difference. Yeah, but also you have to consider whether your heartbeat is getting faster, and then therefore it actually determines whether your metabolism is actually increased as well. Okay, so whether you choose Tabata or whether you run for 30 minutes, okay, just switched. Don't just stick to one. Okay, good.
And
last
course,
point, which is
enough rest.
Yeah.
So I think getting enough rest is also really to help. Say you're doing a lot of workouts, to want to reduce your fats with your workouts, then you need to get enough rest for your muscles to build as well. You need to get enough rest for your body to repair itself, and especially at night when you sleep. I think that goes on to the next point as well. Especially at night when you sleep, it helps you to burn your fats.
Yeah.
Right? It helps you to burn your fats. It helps you to repair your muscles, which in turn also help you to increase your metabolism when you build your muscles.
Yes.
Right? So if you do a lot of weights, workout, you don't give your muscles enough rest, enough sleep, enough water, enough protein, your muscles not going to build. So all this, like, training, weight training, it's probably going to go to waste.
Yeah.
So you really need to get enough rest.
So yeah, already we share. I want to talk about lifestyle. So he briefly talking about the sleep.
Yes.
So give your time to rest and recover. So at least 7 hours, or normally 8 hours sleep. Then you can enough time to recover your body. And then next one is drink water. That means
can I just interrupt you? Getting enough rest and get enough sleep. Actually, I also want to highlight this because I think a lot of people are wearing a smart watch, or whether you are wearing a Fitbit.
Yeah.
What is the Fitbit called?
Smart tracker.
Tracker or something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, if you are wearing something like this, and then it's good because it really tracks the amount of sleep that you have. And then I've been wearing something like that, and actually you would always think that you might be sleeping enough, but when you look at data, I think data is very important. And over time, when you start to do that for a regular period of time, I want to say this, and it's going to be quite surprising for a lot of people because you realize that it's very difficult to get an average of 7 hours of sleep per night for a lot of urban dwellers like us, city dwellers like us, because based on your work style, your lifestyle, whatever. All right, you will be surprised to know that getting enough sleep, getting enough rest, like 7 hours a day of sleep, is really not easy. It's not easy, and we are talking about consistent. So, therefore, we are bringing this up just to highlight to you that you need to understand that that is why our health is very badly affected in that manner. And then, not to mention that when you tend not to sleep early in the night, all right, you tend to snack.
Yeah, correct.
Right? When you tend to snack and then you have suppers and then multiple suppers, and then therefore, weight and fats just simply keep piling up in that manner. So go sleep early. All right, eat less. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Leonard. Okay, I want to share the second one. Drink water enough. At least 2 liters we need to drink because our bodies are 6% of water, 60% of water consists. That is, it means water is very important for our body. So from time to time, you need to, as a habit, you need to drink water quite often to achieve at least 2 liters per day. And then last one is avoid irregular meal diet. That is what, we keep focusing on. Please having breakfast and just having 3 meals a day. If you skip breakfast, then you try to having a very heavy lunch or after knock off and having happy hour with your friends and drink a lot of beers and a lot of fatty foods at night. You are looking for supper. It means, as Waylon shared, if you have a certain quite big amount of meal at one time, then your body will very suffering to digest, and then also skipping a meal sometimes, then your body will waiting for next food to store your body as a fat. So please make your habit as having a meal as consistently. Yes.
So, over here, right, as we mentioned throughout the whole, session today that last week we talked about 3B fitness as we told you that it was burn, block, and balance, right? And so today we want to really talk about the part where we are talking about block, okay? So the block products, okay, that we're going to talk about is going to help you to really block out the unnecessary and unwanted things in our body. Okay,
correct.
And the first one we're going to talk about is CB Plus.
Yes. CB plus. CB plus means carbo block. In Asia, we mainly eat rice or noodles, flours, right? Mainly consisting the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, good resource for your body. However, if you eat a lot, then surplus become fat. Before having this meal, if you take CB plus, then this one will help you a lot of functions. I will explain in detail. 3 ingredients in here. First one is white kidney bean. Second one is soybean. Third one, parsley. Each ingredient's functions I will explain. White kidney beans will breaking carbohydrate as a sugar. So I already told you surplus of carbohydrates become fat, right? This CB plus soybean, white kidney beans will breaking carbohydrates as sugar. So this sugar will more easy to consume in your intestine. And then second one, soybean. Soybean, it's working for sugars. So a lot of sugars in your body Soybeans will control the level of sugar. And then last one, parsley. The other first and second ingredients are all plants. If you have a lot of plants in your body, then suddenly you will burp or farting. Parsley will help you to control this gas in your body. So when you have this CB plus, just controlling the calories 500. So amazing, really powerful. So yeah, this is the one that I want to share with you about CB plus.
3 tablet blocks, 500 calories.
Oh yeah, 3 tablets.
Block 500 calories.
Yes,
Gosh. Last week we talked about bak chor mee.
yes, this one. Bak chor mee was 611 calories.
Bak chor mee is 600 calories.
Yes,
Gosh.
yeah. To burn these 600, you need to run at least 50 minutes or cycling
How long?
51 minutes.
You sure?
Can you run 51 minutes?
Non-stop?
Yes, correct. And then cycling 1.3 hours.
Wow.
1.3 hours for cycling. Keep pedaling.
So you are saying that if I eat one bak chor mee, I have to run for 50 minutes.
Correct.
Gosh. So the easier way is to take 3 carbo blocks and it blocks away 500 calories.
Correct. So amazing. So powerful.
Wow, powerful. Yeah. No, I'm not asking you to cheat or saying that you should continue to eat bak chor mee. But think about it. You know, in our daily diet, it's so easy to consume so much carbohydrates and therefore so much calories. We need some solution like this to help us block. If not, every day you'll be running. Right, every day you'll be running like 40 kilometers. Seriously, I think I also read before that running 10 kilometers, which is about, honestly, if you can run 10 kilometers in 50 minutes, you're very good already. Because most people will probably complete 10 kilometers in 1 hour plus, you know. And even if you run 10 kilometers, you only probably burn about 300 plus 400 calories only. So next time before you eat your bak chor mee, consider whether you are going to run for 10 kilometers or not. Right, and then if not, well, you can take the carbo block, the CB plus, and then you can actually block 500 calories. And then what Youngseog says is true. Yep, it is based on the kidney bean and also the soybean extract.
Yeah, and parsley.
Yeah. Okay, the next product we'll talk about, which is it's not product. The next thing we'll talk about is fiber. Remember we talked about load up on fiber, and I have by myself here, which I brought the the mixed fiber chewable tablet, and then also this concentrated fruit and vegetable fiber.
Yeah, right.
And then I also brought my secret weapon today, which is my sweet potato.
Yes.
Gosh, you see, I found another brand of sweet potato, which is also Japanese, but then this one looks yeah, it's easier to eat, you know, very cool. Oh, but remember I said last week, all right, given my weight, I need about 40 grams of fiber every day, all right, which means that and then we said that 100 grams of sweet potato is only 1 gram.
Yeah, right.
Is it 1 gram?
Yeah.
Three. 100 grams of sweet
potato.
potato is about 3 grams of fiber.
Yeah.
So how much sweet potato do we eat? To get 40. Oh, I must eat 1 kg of sweet potato.
1.3 kg. Yeah.
Gosh. Wow.
Or box of sweet potato.
Can you imagine if I finish 1 kg of fruit sweet potato, not only I'll be so bloated and full, what about my protein? I haven't even eaten my protein yet. No space.
No space for you.
Yeah, so of course the protein, of course the sweet potato will also contain protein. So therefore, we're telling you that we eat our food just like trying to get our nutrients. We must be wary of the nutrients. But really from our diet on a normal basis, It's just so difficult to get fiber. So we need to make sure we roll up. And therefore, I really share with everybody that I really make sure I use this Nutri-Fiber brand to help me, because one tablet alone is already 1.7 gram of fiber. One tablet. And then usually I put 7 to 8 of this fiber into my replacement shake, and I blend it together and I drink it. So much easier. All right. And then on top of that, I also make sure I eat this concentrated fruit and vegetable fiber. And amazingly, 2 tablets of this is equivalent to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables. That's actually a lot. 2 tablets a day. So that's a lot. No, that's almost 10 servings will probably be about also 2 kg of vegetables. That's a lot. So you think, so on a daily basis, I have enough fiber, and that is also important to make sure that you consume your fiber before your regular meal, because as mentioned, fiber will actually explode and get bigger and fill up the space to give you that sense of fullness, and then therefore you will not tend to eat more. And this is really cool. So fiber, load up. Okay, don't depend on the 2 cucumber that you get from your chicken rice, or that 2 stock of chai sim, all right, from your wonton noodles, you know, something like that. Okay, so fiber, all right, very, very useful. Look it up, all right. And then I want to talk about this CH balance. CH balance effectively is a green trim extract. And what does it block? Because we talk about good cholesterol, HDL, and we talk about bad cholesterol, LDL. The elements of green trim extract, primarily the polyphenols, the catechins, and the dephylins, all right, what they do is that they bind to this bad cholesterol. Bind. All right, it's like they capture it and then say that, you bad guy, I catch you. And then when they bind to all this bad cholesterol, you will make sure that it will pass through the body and then therefore not able to be easily absorbed by our body. So reducing the possibility of us digesting more of the bad cholesterol. So this CH balance is really wonderful. And then in fact, if you, I also brought with me this particular product called the Green Trim, right? Green Trim, all right? And therefore, this is even more powerful than this CH balance. We can talk about it next week, but really this one will in particular attack our belly fats, which is really, really cool. All right, so this is what I have, and then we'll pass it on to Weilun.
Okay, so the next one is we're gonna have lecithin E. Okay, so just now Leonard mentioned about CH balance, which is cholesterol. And if we are talking about reducing our visceral fats, lecithin E is very, very important. Okay, so this lecithin E, what does it do? Okay, E is actually an antioxidant, and lecithin is actually a fat emulsifier. So what this fat emulsifier do is that it breaks down the large fat droplets into smaller fat droplets, and also binds to them and removes them out of your body. Okay, so this lecithin E, think about your vessels, okay, as you know, as pipes. If you leave it there for too long, it gets kind of hard. You know, when you want to bend it, it kind of like breaks. You know, you will have, it's not flexible enough. But lecithin E helps you to keep the flexibility and the elasticity of your vessels. Okay, it also helps to clear out all the cholesterol, all the fats that's like stuck to your vessels, which will cause you to have high blood pressure, because you know, when the vessels are constricted, the pressure to push your blood through is even higher. So it helps you to dislodge and removes all these things that are stuck to your vessels out of your body, and it helps you clear the fats away. Okay, so lecithin E is really very helpful to help you reduce your visceral fats, to help you also control your cholesterol, and E as an antioxidant helps you to kind of like removes all the free radicals that is in your body, neutralizes it such that it doesn't cause problems wherever it goes. Okay. So lecithin E, it also tastes damn amazing. It's chewable to start with, and as long as if you're in weight management, just now Leonard mentioned about fiber. You can actually take fiber and take lecithin E and munch on it as and when you want, like a snack. So it fills you up. It also is a very healthy snack per se. And lecithin E has honey inside. Yeah, so it tastes really, really good as well.
Okay.
It's actually a chewable tablet, and then I think it's because I'm eating my soup potato. I also put it into my refreshment shake and I blend it together and drink it. If not, you can actually eat it just like a snack. Really, it's anyway. It's an antioxidant. It helps to fight free radical. And yeah, you want to eat this or you want to eat gummy bears, which is more healthy. You know what I mean? All right. Thank you, William. Before we go to the last bit, Christina asked, isn't sweet potato also carbohydrate? So do we eat carbo block before you eat this sweet potato? First thing first, of course, sweet potato is a carbohydrate, but it is also very rich in fiber. All right. So comparing to eating rice, white rice is a carbohydrate, but not much fiber. So either way, you're going to eat carbohydrate, which is still essential in our daily nutrients. All right, we need carbohydrate, but you have to choose your carbohydrate carefully. Eating white rice is very high in calories because of its carbohydrate content, but it has very little fiber compared to
rice or noodles.
Sweet potato will have higher fiber. That's why Youngseog shared in his video during this week that he's changing, instead of eating rice, for Koreans, they don't eat rice, they die, I mean, also Chinese also. Sorry.
Right, for Korean, rice is kind of the dessert. Without that, it's
the meal is not complete.
Without rice, it's not complete.
So Youngseog is difficult. He eats sweet potato now. My God. All right. So yes. So do you want to eat carbo block before sweet potato? Okay. My point is, it all depends on you. You must be careful of your calories intake. If you are eating enough, not eating excessively, why would you need the carbo block? So our position is very, very is always consistent. We want you to use nutritional supplement to help yourself in the event whereby you can't get them from proper food. If you are so dependent on carbohydrates, you can't live without them. If you stop eating them, you have withdrawal symptoms. You must eat carbohydrate, you must eat rice, 1 bowl, 2 bowl, 3 bowl, every meal, then eat your carbo block. Right? Okay, so we're going on to our last bit of, I think actually we overstretched a little bit today. No, we super overstretched, not overstretched a bit.
Okay, so we just want to reiterate this part about our Trim and Fit challenge. Okay, this is the 4th week that we're going through this thing, and remember that you and your team members.
Just remind everybody taking part of this challenge 4.0. Yes.
Correct. 3 of you in the team, you must remember that you are going for the same category. So don't go for different goals. If you're going for weight loss, you go for weight loss, body fats, and then
3 of you must go for weight loss.
3 of you must go for the same thing. And then tier 1 is achieving 6% drop in weight or 6% drop in body fat.
Each of them must improve at least by 1%.
Correct. Each of them at least 1%. Okay. And then muscle mass is gaining 3% of your muscles.
Each of you must show at least 0.5%.
Correct. For tier 2 is 12 and 12% weight loss and body fat percentage loss. Each of you must lose at least 2%. And for your muscles is 6% muscle mass gain.
This 4.0 challenge is really a bit different from our previous one because this time round, they want to make sure that everybody really put in effort to show some improvement. There will be no more free riders. Because sometimes last time people only lose 0.1 kg, 0.1 kg, and then the rest of people is like losing 5 to 6 kg. So the two other members have to do a lot more. So this is not the purpose of why we are doing this. You know, we want everybody to be able to improve your fitness, your wellness. All right, through this challenge 4.0. Okay. All right, this is the menu which we showed you last week. Quickly, I just want to remind you that you can take a look at this video again and then see how you can use the supplements to help you with your daily diet. But really, regular breakfast, regular lunch, regular dinner. All right, and then see how the nutritional supplement can help you and make sure you know you can be more consistent in your intake of your supplements. And last but not least, Youngseog, this is your forte here.
Yeah, puppies time. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. This week, my question was, what is the 3 possible way to increase our metabolism, and what is the 3 possible ways to control your calories? So many guys are
A lot of replies.
left the comments at our video. So the winner,
We will announce the winner after this show.
Yes, after this show.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who
Yeah.
So catch us on our epic group.
Yeah.
All right, and you will know the answer soon. If you have participated, you will be winning yourself a Under Armour drawstring set pack.
Okay, so if you're really watching this actually, if you're watching this show first time live on our 3BFS Facebook group, we are going through an 8 weeks, 60-day weight management journey, and we want to go through this journey together with you. So do catch us. If you have missed a previous few of our episodes, just go through our whole Facebook page. There's a lot of contents and information that's going to help you in your weight management challenge.
correct.
Yeah, give us some comments, give us some suggestions, give us some feedback. We know we can be better, and we know we want also to make sure that we can continue to improve on our content so that we can be helpful to everybody, and then including ourselves, because we also are on this journey of transformation for fitness and wellness, right?
Look forward to our special guest next week.
Yes.
Yes,
Special guest.
and also our next pop quiz.
Oh, you have to tune in because our fitness expert is a lady.
Yeah.
Finally, we have no more just
Men
guys.
Yeah.
We have a new element, female element. Yeah, right. Which is we are looking forward to it. Yes.
So don't forget to join us next week, and if that's all, we will see you again till then.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. See you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.